Go.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Planner Craft. I'm Natalie and I'm going to be taking you through making some embellishments today. So I've already compiled a whole pile of scraps. I have some spare die cuts and I also have some little stamps to play with for sentiments. Now if you haven't got any little stamps, you can just print some text from Word and you can do the same technique as what I'm going to do with these. So let's get started. First of all, who's in the room? Let's say some.
Tracy's here and Zena is here.
Hello, hello.
We have some others, but I don't know who.
Okay, Ian's manning the comments, so if you let us know if you're in the room, we can say hi. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments and we will answer them as soon as possible. There is a slight time delay between what I'm saying and when you're hearing it, so it's only about 30 seconds I think.
We have Sandra South.
Hello.
And Carol.
Hi Carol. So I have lots of different textures to play with. I even have some alcohol ink on some Koji cardstock with some foil. And I have pattern papers to play with. And I think I'm going to start with a few die cuts that I found kind of lingering in my scrapbooks. So let's clear the path a little and we can get started. So I'm just going to put this big piece out of the way.
Carol's just sent for some lights ready for Saturday.
Cool, cool, cool. So we are running a paid workshop on Saturday and Sunday this weekend. So if you would like to get involved, there's a link in the events page on Planner Craft. Can you let us know if you can see us okay? Aaron's playing up a bit.
Excuse me.
So the paid workshop is about creating your own layer shadow boxes. So we take you right from creating your file.
Sarah lives here too.
Hi Solo. I think we're just having a few issues with the preview Aaron, so if you can let us know that everything's okay and I can continue. So I'm just going to pull out a few random pieces to play with. Let's go for a leaf as well. Okay. Now up on the group I've posted an embellishments page that we can actually play with. So if I go into pattern and retrieve from up on the internet.
Do you want the close-up camera?
Yes please. Okay, I've brought in a whole load of little shapes that we can play with. So if I go into this one and let's zoom in a bit.
So Sandra says it looks fine, Tracy says I can see okay but it's frozen a few times.
Okay.
And your mum says hello.
Hello Mum. So I'm just going to pull out a few of these flower shapes over to one side that I definitely want to keep in for now. And let's go for the heart.
You can see the camera keeps starting.
Oh. Why is it all the way to the afternoon ones?
Don't know. I'll get back to Facebook and see what that's doing.
Okay, so what I've done is select everything else that I don't want to use and I can just hit delete and OK.
Yeah, it dropped out a couple of times.
How's it going now?
Must be alright at the moment.
Okay, I'll carry on the basis that it's all okay.
Settling down.
So I'm going to bring in my first scrap and as you can see we've got lots of holes.
Sarah does it keep freezing here because you let Ian play this morning. Told you!
I did tell him afterwards what you said, Carol. Okay. because he's left his bits still on top of my machine as well. Can't get the stuff. So I'm just going to load the mat. And that hasn't taken it quite evenly, so I'm just going to unload it and redo it. See that? You jinxed it.
Put it bum side in, it works better.
No, it doesn't.
No, that's all the way up. I'll take it better.
What, from the top?
You got it the wrong way.
I had... Stephanie's been jinxing it, you see. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my ruler, probably, and just going to drag these roughly where I think they're going to end up. So, kind of over here. Now, at the moment they're about an inch square, so I think if I'm going to go for that heart shape, I'm going to go for a bit bigger. Okay, and then go OK again, and then we can do a background scan. Okay, so you can see those are all more or less in place, but I'm just going to bring them over so we make the most of all the card that we have available. So I'm just going to zoom in and just check the positioning of that one just there. So we can zoom all the way to 400%. Oh, let's do that again. Come on, Andy. Down we go. So we can see that it's all clear of these edges. So we can go OK. And
I do hope yours won't take too long, Tracy. I did pay a little bit extra for your postage, so hopefully it won't take too long to get to you.
yeah, it should be there by
End of this week,
at the very
hopefully.
latest. Okay, so we're on 6 at the moment, and that's American Crafts. What do you reckon? 6 or 5?
6.
6.
So Carol was asking Sarah if it arrived.
It's going to take a bit longer to get all the other side of the world. I'm going to go cut.
A bit more zoomed out.
Okay. So I can take that out of the way for a minute. I'm going to unload my mat. Probably going to take that out just for now.
You've got a turbo camera.
Just for now. Okay, so now that we have our pieces cut, I'm going to start off by doing a little bit of a border strip on here.
As it currently stands, Carol, no, I'm not going back to work. My agency that I work for have lost the contract that I was working on. So currently looking for work rather than being employed. But we're debating at the moment whether or not I'm better off staying at home and just
At
working
least
on
in
the
the short
business.
term.
For the short term at least. I'm doing it that way.
Yeah, so if you do enjoy our streams, we'd be very grateful for anybody buying us a coffee at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tear that down. Now, I'm not going to trim this flush with the heart, I'm just going to kind of offset it.
Why is that not updated?
So, as I'm just going to cut round there, so I've got like a offset. Right, so
I think that hasn't transitioned. It's alright.
of my flowers. And what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of ink detail onto that. And for the colour, I'm going to go for... I'll go a bit of warm lipstick, I think. Just going to use a little blending brush.
Why is it struggling so much to know?
Because it's my string. So I'm just going to touch it very lightly on the edges.
Okay, Sandra says it looks fine. Okay, it's obviously just our computer having a...
Having a hissy fit. What's new there then? Right, I'm just going to very lightly go over the top of this one. So this is going to really bring out the texture of your paper. So this is a good one to do if you're using textured cardstock like I am. So I'm going to kind of do a little bit of shaping, not too much.
Let your messy mat just come.
That was my messy mat, just went on the floor.
Do you need it?
Not at the moment.
The string?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because you noticed it my ink blending straight on my mat. And I need my ball tool though. Which seems to have done a jolly good job of bouncing. So I use a bent folder instead. So I just need a little bit just to curve the ends of these petals. Because they are quite small these. So. And I've put the file up on the group, as I said, so that you can actually download and play with these and do a lot of the same techniques. Okay, so I've done my petals. I'm just going to give it a little push down the middle. Be a bit gentler than you usually would because it's with your bone tool. Okay. This one I'm going to go the other way, I think. So I'm just pressing each roundy bit of the petal, and then I can pop this back out again. Yeah. Okay, now for assembly. So I want to offset this one a little bit. And can kind of pop that in there, I think. Set that to one side for a minute, so go with the things that you are happy with. Just going to pop a little drop of glue just on this border. Okay, just get there eventually. It's taking its time today.
Maybe clean it all out so it should still. Yeah.
Just going to twist that, give it a wiggle. Might be time to give it a refill actually.
Do your bigger one and do something to it.
Yeah. Just press and hold it there for a few seconds while it sets. Okay. Then we can come in around the back and things are going to fall over on the room. And I think I'm going to want to go roughly sort of in there so that we have a nice little triangle forming. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the very tip of my leaf, and then as this pushes in it will spread the glue as it goes. There, and we just need a little bit of a sentiment or something to go with that. So I'm going to bring in my little stamps, and let's go for something a bit different, a bit funky, if I can get them out. Oh dear, I'm sure you're welded. I wouldn't say I've never used them, but oh dear.
Carol says Lily was amazed this morning when you mentioned her name. She was my great niece.
There we go. I was almost kind of there-ish. I tried my best. Just clear any excess glue from the staple before I put it back in, just so I don't get popped back up again. Move that out of the way, and you can just bring in any old scrap piece of white card, and I'm going to go for black this time. Now this could be interesting, as my magnetic little stamp block seems to have done a marvellous job of disappearing. So just going to stamp that on gently, and we'll see how we go. Look at that. Stamp block? Who needs a stamp block? So I'm going to pop that to one side out of the way just so we can bring our mat back in. Yes, please. So I'm going to load my mat again. Now, if we were to do a direct cut with the text, what it would try and do is actually go around each individual letter because it's not a joined up sentiment. So what you could do at this point is you could draw a line around it and then scan it in if you wanted to, or we can just do a basic shape around it and do a background scan, which is what I'm going to do for this one. So first of all, let's do a background scan. Just check it's all stuck down well. Okay, so I'm going to go to add. Let's go for a thin strip or banner, something like that. So let's go for that one. So it's got a nice rounded edge. So if we look at our mat, so you can judge it by measurements, we have this lovely measuring guide along the edge of our mat that we can use. So it is roughly about 3 centimetres wide by about just under a centimetre tall. So if I go for 20 by 40, and then I can scan it in and just click it. So I'm going to get rid of the other shapes on the mat. Zoom in again. Okay, so you can see it's got a really big border top and bottom. So what I'm going to do is go into edit. I'm going to tick the ratio button, which now means that we can alter our height and width independently. So I want the height to come right down to about there. If we go OK again, zoom in. So you always want to be going back in and double checking. And if you do need to nudge the alignment, you can still do that just by using your little arrow keys. Okay, okay, okay. And it is...
Leave it on 6 or 6 cuts.
Yeah, I'll leave it on 6. Okay, cut. And go for it. I knew you were going to do that. Shifted. It's okay, we can fix it. That's why we cut little flowers. So I'm just going to trim this up.
Go back to overhead view.
Okay. So if it does do that, I'll just trim it roughly right. You can never get it exactly right because it's moved. And then I'm going to bring in a bit of that back just because it's shifted slightly. And then we can do a bit of a shadow to one edge. I might just warm that up with a little tinge of either scatter straw or squeeze lemonade. I think scatter straw might actually be closer to it. And I'm just going to grab a different blending brush just so we don't contaminate colours. I only want a little bit just to take the whiteness off it because we've got this lemon flower, lemony cream. That's one of the things with making these embellishments work, is to try and match your colours as much as possible. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there. And I'm going to overlap those slightly. Come on, stick nicely. Else it wasn't quick enough. Come on. Come on. You're going to go and do that. Blobby, blobby, blobby. And then to finish it off, I'm going to change my mind because I can. I'm just going to grab our little pink brush, do a very quick brushing over the top. Grab a bit more glue. Come on. This is going to go in a minute. Come on. It's not a happy bunny today, is it, this guy?
No.
It's because it hasn't been used for a week. Come on. No, it's not going to have it. There isn't a blockage you can get to it. I'm just going to pop this roughly on this edge here. I'm just going to try and get it to form a bit more. Just so that we can see our text. Okay. Then what I'll do in a minute is that I will do a little gem or something to go in there. That is if it's going to behave, which is not. See, you have a good stream because then it's mine that's going to go and mess up. Come on. Doesn't want to stick today.
Tracy says foam dotty.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Why not use one of those fine detail brushes with it? Ask Carol.
Yeah. I think it's just the glue today, to be honest. Can't say it's overly humid or anything, can we? So. Odd.
Still running at 24 in the front room.
Oh, wait. Check, did you?
Yeah, I found a
Okay,
little.
I'm going to set that to one side to dry off for a bit. I think it needs it. Right, next I'm going to go for... I know what I'm going to do. Our globe. So, back when we were doing the magazine, I did a little bit of an article on using the inbuilt designs and how you can make them look different. So what I did was I've cut both parts of the globe and then done some ink blending on top. So now I want to turn that into an embellishment of its own right. So I have, let's get the right set. Little destination stamp. So there you go. And okay, I'm going to go in the middle. And before I do anything else, actually, just to help it out a bit. So for those of you that are new to watching, we use Artistic mats, which mean that you have to clean them with a lint roller, not a baby wipe. I'm going to pop that onto my mat. I'm going to go into my patterns. I'm going to go down to the frame, and I'm going to do a tag design. So I'm going to go for this little narrow one here, and at the moment it's a lot bigger than what we need it, so I'm going to come down as low as it'll let me, so when it gets too low it'll beep at you and go OK. OK for part A. We can rotate it, so in this case I want it to go around that way so the hole is at this end. And we can do our background scan again. Okay, so I'm going to bring that size down a little bit, if it'll let me. Now, because we've got that hole in our tag, we don't want to really alter the ratio. In actual fact, on the machine it will be greyed out anyway, but if you wanted to kind of override that, you could always send it up to canvas and do it in canvas. Okay, I'm just going to zoom right in. That's going to be pretty close, so maybe just a little bit bigger. Okay, and we're going to cut. I'm going to try and make sure it does it properly this time. Okay. So we have our little destination tag. And if we go OK, I'm going to go back home into our pattern, and we have some little travel icons. So I'm going to grab a little plane, and at the moment it's quite a big plane, so we need to shrink it down a bit. Okay. And it doesn't really matter which way up it cuts at this point. I'm just going to try and go a little bit smaller than that, because I think 3 centimetres squared is going to be just a fraction too big. So about there. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Sorry, I was busy cleaning that one.
Yeah, I've got an elbow, so I can use this one. Just go there. So let's go, not that shade. That one might be best. Yeah, let's go for that one. So these were offcuts from 12 by 12 sheets. So if you're thinking these look like awfully neat scraps. Just going to bring that in from that edge. Okay, so we have our plane. globe, aeroplane and our little destination. And I'm just going to grab a nail file. Any cheap nail file will do. Just going to slowly sand back these edges. So this is coordinations cardstock. So I wouldn't recommend cutting it too often on your scan and cut, but for a little kind of design like this, it won't hurt too much. So basically with this one, when you sand it back, it comes back to the underneath colour. It's a good way of adding a bit of shading without getting out the inks and stuff. And I'm just going to use the edge of my nail file to kind of put in a little bit of detail. So, there we go. Have we still got the close-up on screen?
No, you're on the overhead.
Okay, I'll try and show it on the overhead as well so you can see it a bit closer. Okay, so hopefully you can just flick back to screen wrap for me so I can check it's seeing it okay. There we go.
Up to that.
There we go. Hopefully you can see that alright. And let's see if there's anything else that we could use with that. So if we go back. Kind of just want like silhouettes, so like you could do like the Eiffel Tower with it. Silhouettes always tend to work better. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with what I've got just for now. So we have our destination stamp. Let's go for that one. That could be a fun one to stamp. So I'm not worried about this one necessarily being a perfect image. Just going to grab a candied apple. Just because I want something that is going to kind of contrast. I don't think it's quite got that, but it's so misleading when it's red onto red. So, especially if you're going to then go and do that. Yeah. This is why you use a stamp for. So I'm just going to kind of put it at a jaunty angle. I'm just going to stamp it on. There we go. And I think again it could do with just that little bit of blending in. Just going to go back to my scattered straw. So when we're blending over the top of our distress oxiding, it will pick up some of the colour, but that's fine. All adds to the effect. It's supposed to look like it's stamped in a passport. You alright?
Yeah, that should be a bit better for you.
Thank you. So a lot of what we're doing when we're creating embellishments from scraps is we're making things work with other colours, so you end up doing a lot of almost tinting to get it to the right place. So kind of go with the planet kind of that way. It's definitely not Earth though. It's all the wrong shape. Let's go kind of that way would look cool. If you've got some 3D foam tape for the squares, this would be a good little candidate for that.
Is that coming out easier?
Yeah, thanks. Keep it in there now, make it behave. Okay, so let's go that way. And I'm just going to pop a bit more glue on my tag. Part of it's going to be dangling off, so I don't need to worry about doing all of the tag with glue. So I'm just going to, she says, and goes and jinxes it. Come on, there we go, a little bit up there. Just going to slide that under, and I'm going to hook the airplane wing back through so it looks like it's holding the tag, and then I'm going to twist it so that it looks like it is actually moving. There we go, and we have our little embellishment with our plane off to destination adventure. I'm going to grab a few die cuts I have lingering, and let's see if we can do one from a man's card. So I'm going to pull out a few of the
Aeroplane one's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, aeroplane's funky. Pull out a few different papers to play with. So these are all double-sided as well, so we have lots of choices as to what we can use. Let's go. I want to use the dots and probably the stripes too. And I might just use the love, I don't know. But let's start off with those. So I'm going to pop my strip onto my mat. I'm going to go home so everything's wiped and start fresh. And I want something that is let's go for that one, that'll be funky. So we're going for a shape where you've got two parts so that we can use both sides of the paper. And I want to go a bit smaller than that. Actually, a little bit bigger. Just because of the size of our largest cog. So you're looking about 5 centimetres for that one. So I'm going to go slightly larger than that. So I'm going to go, it's going to be quite a big embellishment this one, so let's go 65. Okay. I'm going to add my first shape to the mat and set, and add the second. And the benefit of cutting it out of all one sheet is that we don't have to worry about what's being cut out which colour, because you can just flip over one layer. And we can do a quick background scan and just check. Okay. Good. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my scattered straw just for the first bit of a tint. And I'm going to go with it that way around, I think. So we can just do a quick blend. Now, ink blending is one of the easiest ways of kind of removing that cut edge look with a scan and cut, or any other electronic cutter. So if you don't like that look, it's a good place to start sorting it out. So I'm not going to change my blending brush for this one. I'm just going to go to my next colour, which is Spice Marmalade. So you could go all grungy with steampunk, but you don't have to. And I'm just going to go straight to the orange on this centrepiece, just because the distress oxides are kind of opaque. So if you were to go to the scattered straw on the deep orange print, it would kind of show up on this one. On the dots it's not so bad. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. Yeah, that's probably going to be about right. Might not be smack on centre, but it doesn't matter. It's not the aim of the game with this one. So with these embellishments, what they're designed for is if you're going to do like a scrapbook layout. So they're not like the main feature part of your design. So, get inky fingers, nothing new there. Going to very carefully position that. Hey, that is not bad. That is not bad. And if you wanted to, you could still pick little bits out of that with some coloured pencils. But as I said, these are only supposed to be like little secondary elements for your scrapbooking. We're going to be doing more scrapbooking next week, so I thought these were good little streams to kind of get you back into using the machine if you've had a week off like I have. Well, I say week off, that's the loosest term ever. I've had a week away from the machine and had a week off.
I've been playing the machine.
Yeah, it is. I've played more in the craft room this past week than I have. It's not on. Okay, so I'm going to actually cut into this a little bit, just so that I can have it in a couple of different places. So I'm just going to grab my scissors. The only problem with these stamps is that they're magnetic, so they cling to everything. So I'm just going to snip into my die. I'm going to go back there actually. And just going to roughly snip there. So I'm going to mount this behind. So I'm just going to flip that over. Come on, Mr. Glue. Okay, that way up. So, got the top that way. This is weird thinking upside down. Gonna go like that. Okay. I'm going to mount that one there.
Anna's asked, how did you make the die cuts?
The die cuts are, Mum can probably tell me the dies, but they're just literally normal dies run through a die cutting machine. I have a Platinum and a Gemini here. But these are just a couple out of my stash. So usually when I'm playing with die cuts, I usually end up cutting more than I actually need. And I can always go back and just use them on something else or bring them in other ways into the design. So, okay, just because that's not quite where I want that glue, I'm just going to pop that off. There we go. And this section here, I'm just going to kind of go the diagonal opposite. So it makes it easier for when we can stick it this side. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just on these two end pieces and a little bit in the middle. The rest of it will be showing. I could always do a stream next week on die cutting techniques if you'd like me to. Just pop it in the comments. So we did partial die cutting a couple of weeks back, didn't we? So
We did.
But I don't mind going back over it and showing you some.
We have a bit coming on Friday, don't we, about?
Oh yes, we have a little bit on Friday that will need a die cutting machine. For a rolling pin. Nah, you're definitely going to need a die cutting machine, I think.
For the pressure.
Yeah.
Just a steampunk, Natalie.
Yeah. Yeah, steampunk's kind of my thing, isn't it? But that's quite nice. It's sunny and kind of bright and cheerful version of steampunk, that. And with that one, to be honest, I don't think even oh, mind you, that said, I was going to say I'm not going to put a sentiment on it, and then I see something that's like, oh, but that'd be perfect. So, in which case, the stripes aren't quite wide enough to do what I was thinking, I don't think. Oh, now this could be tricky, because this is usually what I would do with clear stamp and a stamping platform. So this will either work or I'll end up going out of the lines. So.
Tracy says she loves it.
It's weird being back streaming again after a break. But, that's probably it for a while, isn't it, in terms of having breaks and things?
Yeah. Depends what happens work-wise, doesn't it, and stuff.
Yeah. That is not bad. If I have to say so myself, that is not bad. So let's pop that on the mat. And because it's quite close to this edge, I'm just going to bring it in from the edge of the mat. And when we...
sorry.
Sorry.
That's right.
When we...
Can I...
Yeah,
right.
go on.
Because Anna's new, so... I see how they cut out of paper. The cogs are out of card, aren't they?
The cogs are out of like a... It's kind of rose gold card. If Mum's on, perhaps she can tell me what she cut it out of, because I'm sure those ones that Mum cut out, not me. Forever raiding my Mum's offcuts. Going, oh, that's nice.
Mum says she's lost you.
Oh dear.
But yes, a session on die cutting would be wonderful.
Okay, yep,
So
we can do that.
Next week.
Yep. Because we've got some bits to do with embossing folders, haven't we?
Yes.
Cans.
And lack of embossing folders.
Yes.
And Tracy asked if we enjoyed our break. She definitely missed us.
I didn't get much of a break, to be honest. I spent the entire time doing the book, so I hadn't had a break as such. We had kind of a weekend off, didn't we?
A weekend off.
So I'm going to go for... I want like a little flag.
Sorry, swap the camera back.
You know when you know that it's on there and you just can't think where it is? That's just...
Yeah, flag shapes are only basic shapes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Towards the bottom somewhere.
Let's try those. Yeah, let's go for that one and shrink it down. So, definitely a background scan moment for this one. Because we've got to go on an angle as well. So I'm going to resize that. Take the ratio off just because I kind of need it to be thinner. Now when we come to do the rotation, I'm going to bring it into the middle. And that probably looks about right, so if I go OK at that, and OK again, I'm going to move that back up to where my text is just so I can zoom in and check the fit. So it does need to tweak round that way just a little bit, so we can go back into our rotation. looks about right. Now we need to pay attention to this edge here. I'm just going to go and, ooh, how can I fix that one here without going to the computer? Zoom in. So with everything it's going to be gauge and measure twice at once. So I think I'm going to end up kind of flinging it round the other way just to get it to where I need it. Either that or change the shape, I think. Because that tail's just going to go too close to that text and you don't want it to overhang and go into your waist area. So delete that for now. And I think I'm just going to do a normal rectangle and I'm going to do the tail myself just because it's easier that way sometimes. We need to get a little bit smaller. Okay. Now, when you've rotated at that point, although at the moment I could do with it being thinner and longer, you're actually going to kind of distort your shape if you do try and do that. So you'd either have to go back and redo it all, or kind of finish it off once it's actually been cut. So what I'm going to do for this one is just kind of cut it out and then go for it, and hopefully we should be okay. Calibration slipping off, I think. So I'm just going to trim that bit off there. My calibration just went off slightly. So I'm going to cut a little line down the centre, and if we go from corner to the centre and from corner to the centre, you get a nice neat little flag, like so. And so we're going to go back, find your 12 o'clock, there we go. And I think I'm going to kind of yeah, let's go that way instead. And actually tuck it in there. Yeah, I think that's going to work there. So just quickly before I stick it down, we can use what's left on the brush. We don't need to reload. And that'll be just enough just to blend it all in. And if you want to, you can shape it at this point just using your fingers. But most of my scrapbooks end in an album, so I don't tend to go too 3D if I can help it. So I'm just applying a little bit of glue just to the top part of my tag. Now lift that up and slide under. And there we go. Time flies when you're having fun. There you go.
It's 3:10 already.
Yep, that'll do. That'll do for today. And I'll probably carry on making a bit more. Just give me a break from the screen for a bit. So yeah, the next book's coming along well, isn't it? We're about halfway through.
Yeah. Hopefully things will be a little bit easier now we found the fonts and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully once that one's done, I think the vector book's actually going to be quicker, even though I've got to write it. Because it's the copying and the sorting out the text and stuff that needs to be taking the time with this one. So.
Oh, this is beautiful, thank you.
That's okay.
Right. That's it. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes. And you're going to say, and what are we doing tomorrow? And my brain's going to go, Dinu. Dinu.
Dinu.
Dinu.
Yeah. Was it me in the morning doing my
It's,
foiling shield?
I think it's you in the morning doing your foiling with your foiling shield, which is a absolute must-see, because Ian invented something that was really quite clever and very useful last week.
Which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's a must-see just for sheer shock value.
Cheeky, man.
He'll get me back for that one in a bit.
That's it. And we're also back at 11 o'clock as well tomorrow, Anna, so we do 2 a day. We do an 11 o'clock in the morning, and we also do a 2 o'clock, so we do 2 a day.
Yeah, where we can.
When we can, yes. So 11 o'clock in the morning is usually me if I can. If there's something I can do that helps Natalie do a bit more while she's
Yeah, until we get the books done, isn't it?
yeah,
Ready?
and then 2 o'clock is usually Natalie's time to
Take over.
take over and play. So I will see you in the morning. I'll be back at 11 o'clock. Don't forget you have Barbara before us at 10 o'clock doing her doodles. I think they're in Holland this week, did I see?
Yes, we are. We're doing windmills.
Windmills in Holland.
Yeah, I've got to catch up there because I was trying to be good and get some extra done on the book. So I will catch up at some point.
Worth a look. And also check out Pete and Leslie when they're on, and Lou with us as well. So thank you all very much, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
Bye.